And welcome back to It's All About Health, usually with Rochelle Herman, but I'm here co-hosting the show this evening. My name is Robyn Lynn. Joining me, of course, is the head co-host, Doug Miles.
Oh, it's promoted.
Yes,
no, we're
we're
co-hosts. Come on.
We're co-hosts. And we have Betty Comora on the line, and we've been interviewing her. She's a versatile performer, doing a lot of shows throughout the area, does a lot with jazz. Betty, are you still there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, great.
I'm trying to be a little quiet because...
No, we're only kidding.
No, we're just kidding with you.
so much before. But this is a health show, and so that's why I threw in that little bit about this acupuncture, which I had told Rochelle about, because I'm a fan of Rochelle's also, and I told her that instead of opting for a hip replacement, which I was told by several surgeons I needed because I had a bone-on-bone situation, I go to this acupuncturist in town. Can I mention his name? Because he's fantastic, and I'm getting better every day.
Sure, go ahead. Mention his name.
Yeah,
Dr. Shan Liang, Liang, and he's in Sarasota.
Great.
And since I started going, I recommended him to 5 of my friends who are going, and one young man who is dancing at the Golden Apple right now. By the way, he was having problems with his knees, and he went, and he's in fine shape. It's just amazing. But it's this particular acupuncturist who he's just genuinely special.
We're just the guest host. What are they going to do to us? Mention whatever you want, Betty. Go ahead. Well, no, it's great because you told us about it on the radio a while ago, and I'm glad because you were suffering with some hip problems.
Yeah, and so, well, anyway, I just thought this was an appropriate place to mention it. And
no problem
and it came up because of Robyn talking about dancing, and I would love to come, but I'm going to wait till I'm all better. And like I said, I'm almost there every day to see more of an improvement. It builds cartilage, what I get.
That's great. Yeah, because you said it was bone on bone at one point.
Yes.
True.
Everybody I showed the X-rays too said terrible, bad condition, a fracture in the hip that didn't heal properly, but this has been doing the trick, and I'm not the only one. I can bring you many people who will talk to you on the telephone and take up all your time too.
Well, that's great. Well, we'll have to tell some of my dancer friends about it. Now, tell us about the food allergy coloring book. What made you decide to make this?
Well, my grandson years ago when he was about 3 years old, he had the allergy to certain foods and sugars mostly, and he had a rash that covered his body, and it was really gross looking, and it itched, and he felt so sad because he was told not to have ice cream or cake. You know, if you go to a birthday party, have your own party, or whatever families get together, and just generally people would offer him cookies, cakes, and I felt sorry for him, so I wrote this little book to make him feel better about himself and to let him know that people of all ages, all places around the world, some people can eat all kinds of food and some people can't. And then as the book goes on, even though he's feeling sadly, it turns out by the end of the book that he's happy that he can fly a kite, he can play games with his friends, he can hear birds, so that he'll realize the positive sides of life. And anyway, he just received it so well. And apparently at the time, then his cousins and his aunts and his uncles and his neighbors all started asking me for copies of the book, and I kept Xeroxing it. And then finally, when I moved here to Florida, I bit the bullet, and I paid for books to be printed at, I think it was Quick Copy. And...
Another plug. You notice how she got that plug in?
Yes, she did. Another plug.
Go, Doug. Sorry.
That's okay. Where could somebody purchase it or get the coloring book?
Well, they can call me. There's something else. There's an event coming up where they're going to be promoting it also. But they can call me. I don't mind giving my number out. I'm sure that your audience is very nice. 378-5166. Or this event that's called Women on the Scene event is going to take place, October 14th. And I'll be one of the speakers. I'm going to have 20 speakers there for this... let's see, I have the information. And it's presented by Scene Magazine and USF in Sarasota and Manatee. And it's a day's event where they'll have different topics. And the one topic is the food allergy coloring book.
That's great, because as a kid, I dealing with food allergies and other kind of allergies as well. So I understand the point you're making. You can't eat the foods maybe other kids are eating in school for lunch, and it can be a little challenging. So I think it's a great idea that you put that book together.
Thank you, Doug. What were you allergic to?
Well, I had to stay away from eggs and milk and chocolate, those kind of things as a kid.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So you had, more of a limited diet as a kid, and it's not easy because you see other kids eating, Twinkies and all sorts of dessert stuff that you can't have. So it's difficult.
And in school, the teachers often bring in treats for the kids.
Right.
And they don't really understand that they could be doing something harmful. And I don't mention this in the little coloring book, but it should be taken seriously because it can be deadly. Now, as it turns out, my other grandson has an allergy to peanuts, and that's very serious.
That seems to be one that the last few years you're hearing about it. Didn't you hear, like on airplanes, they have now, they don't serve peanuts because even peanut dust, people have these horrible reactions to it.
Yeah.
I know, and I travel a lot, so they're giving out the pretzels.
Yeah.
They are.
You can't get peanuts anymore.
Yeah, and I love peanuts.
Yeah.
So.
You get 5 pretzels instead of 5 peanuts.
Right.
Well, Betty, are you going to be performing around town? Any of your jazz coming up soon?
Actually, I'm going out of town next week up to New Jersey not to perform, but we're having a family reunion up there with our kids and grandkids. And when I come back, I think I don't know for sure. I haven't signed the paper, but I think I'm going to be playing at this French restaurant, Chez Sylvie's, where I was playing before this summer.
Great.
And then we have some special events. We're doing a fundraiser with a trio at the Manatee Theater. Of course, they're building a new theater, so they're having a series of fundraising concerts, and I'll be there with bass player Jerry Millar and Dave Trefevin, who's a wonderful guitarist, and I play the piano with them. So, things. I have my website, BettyComora.com.
Very good.
We'll say that one more time, BettyComora.com.
Thank you, Robyn.
And thank you for joining us this evening and joining the show. And everybody has to call you and get a coloring book.
Well, thank you so much. And anytime you want some copies to give to your friends, I'll be happy to give them to you. And I wish you both a lot of luck. I love hearing the both of you together on the radio show, and so it's fun to see you together on this.
Thank you, Betty. Always fun to talk to you.
Great.
Betty Comora joining us. We'll take a short break. Be right back. Don't go away.
Bye.